Doug, I guess one of the most important parts of backpacking or hiking or just plain walking has to be the care of the feet. I notice you got a big pair of boots on. Is this the best way to take care of your feet when you're backpacking?
Yeah, I think so. The particular pair of boots I've got on now are Vast Whitneys. They're a winter boot more than a strictly hiking boot, but I'm pretty much a winter backpacker. You know, they're made of full grain leather, and they've got Vibram soles, which is a high carbon content rubber sole, which is, you know, it's made for snow and ice, you know, hiking.
What do you do to prevent blisters?
Well, the main thing is having a pair of boots that fit properly. That's really important, and you know, wearing the right kind of socks. It's really important to get a pair of boots that fit properly. A lot of people go in and you know, you'll buy a pair of boots that may be a little bit small, but people don't realize that, you know, you're going to be wearing more socks with a heavy pair of boots than you would with like a normal work shoe or something like that, because your feet not only are under the strain of, you know, just walking with the heavier boots, but also with the pack, which, you know, is an extra 30 pounds. And I don't know, the fit's probably about the most critical thing about it, but you need, you know, when you buy your boots, to make sure you've got the socks that you're going to wear with the boots on. And like I said, if anything, get the boots too large, not too small.
So when you buy street shoes, people that walk a lot in normal day's activities but don't backpack, yeah, same things apply?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, if you're just like walking around, you know, the street or something like that, in like tennis shoes or something, you're not going to have on heavy socks. But you know, even so, I think it's, regardless of any pair of shoes, it's you can always add another pair of socks. But if you get them too small, they're just too small forever. And when we're talking about walking or backpacking or day hiking or whatever, you know, your feet are fairly involved in that. So, you know, taking care of your feet's probably, if there's one important thing, that's it.
What about cooking? I've understood that some backpackers feel that the food you eat is what keeps you warm rather than how much clothes you wear.
Well, that does have a lot to do with it. Your body, in keeping itself warm, it's just like, you know, any other piece of machinery, that it can't sustain itself without energy. And unless you eat the right kind of foods, you know, you just can't stay warm. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, you know, of course the clothes matter. Like I've said before, that I'm just about completely a winter backpacker. You know, of course your clothes are important there. Most important thing is staying dry. But if, you know, regardless whether you're dry or anything else, if your body is not producing heat from inside, clothes aren't going to do you any good at all. So, you know, you're right. You know, the right kind of food is very important.
Well, this can apply to normal life too, then, I suppose. People trying to conserve energy, trying to save money on their cost of heating their houses, could look at their diet a little bit better, I suppose, and stay a little bit warmer.
Yeah, you know, it's any kind of, I guess, you know, like I said, going back to like a piece of machinery, nothing can work without energy from inside. And if you don't eat properly, and your body's not, you know, getting enough sugar and things to feed itself, it's just like, you know, you don't put gas in a car, it'll run, it'll, you know, it won't run. You don't put food in your body, and it won't either.
How about showing us what you have in the pack so we can get an idea of what a backpacker should take with him, and particularly something about the cooking?
Okay, let me take this thing off.
I wonder if, as you get to it, and as you can talk to me while you're busy with that, if there are any particular foods you take with you that are high in energy and therefore help with the heat problem?
Well, you know, for a weekend trip, if the food is not really as critical as it would be on a long-term hike, as far as vitamins or you know, something like that. But I do take, well, another problem you run into though in backpacking is the weight. Now, you know, there's no question that like steaks or things like that would be better, but you know, you have to, you know, get into a weight problem. But I take, you know, boiled eggs. You get tired of eating all this dried up stuff, and for breakfast, things like that. This is my cook kit, and I don't know, it always fascinated me. This is a Swedish-made stove, but it burns on white gas. It'll boil a quart of water in 6 minutes, which that rivals a lot of stoves in the house. And also burn at full flame for about an hour on a third of a pint. But also the cook set that goes with it is also made by a Swedish company called SIG, and as you can see, it all fits together. You can put this pot in there like that if you want to cook that. If you're like cooking rice or something where you want to double boil and steam cook it, you can do it like that. It weighs about 2.5 pounds with the stove full.
Is there a large growth in backpacking? Are people going to your class in school, and do you see them on the trails more than you used to see them?
Oh, there's no question about it. The boom is just unbelievable. It seems like last year, well, backpacking's increasing probably at least double every year. It's just unbelievable. In fact, they've gotten to the point that in the national parks, they've had to start rationing people in. You can't just go in anymore. You've got to get a permit, and then they'll only allow as many people in as they've got, well, as they feel like the environment can stand. And a lot of times you just can't get in because they won't let you.
Key question here is, why do you backpack? What do you get out of it?
Well, I don't know. I go mostly to the mountains, and I don't know. It just, you sit out there in places that, it's completely silent. I mean, no cars, no airplanes, nothing but just wind and, hear yourself breathe. And that's about it. And I don't think there's any place in the city that you can think as clearly as you can out there. You kind of get your mind straight, and plus it's good for you. Your body starts moving, get kind of back in the rhythm of nature, I think, like it was meant to be in the beginning.
Oak Park is the outdoors to city dwellers, but not to people like Doug Smith. The mountains, the backpacking trails, those are the places that one step at a time you find out about yourself and about nature. This is Dick Bird reporting for Composite.